Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Victory Fuel Cup Series presented by Full Throttle Television. My name's Brody Hanna, but beside me in the booth, as always, on Monday nights is Tony Solari. And Tony, we are at the Diamond in the Desert Phoenix Raceway for Phoenix 250 tonight for the Cup drivers. This is going to be a challenging flat oval. After we got off the road courses, we're going to another challenging track here tonight here in the desert.
Challenging. I mean, we've had plate tracks and then the road course. I mean, I'm thinking this is kind of more normal. It's kind of be nice to actually get to a regular old oval. But yeah, it is a flat oval. It is tricky in these cars, and I'm enjoying this warm weather though. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's nice to get out here in the dry heat of the desert. A lot different than the humidity that we're used to here in the South, but definitely here. At a track that is very unique with the dog leg on the back stretch, the way you run the corners, the ability to run kind of the high side through turns 1 and 2, what is now the turns 1 and 2, and just the exit of turn 4. Everything about this track is very unique, even being down on the apron and in the dog leg. Everything is a little bit foreign to what we do any other time of the year.
Yeah, that's the beauty and the uniqueness of this track. Yeah, especially to the fact that they, move the back straight to the front straight and straight to the straight, and and then out with the dog leg the way it is, and it is fun. It is challenging, but unique is definitely what makes this thing stand out pretty much. And I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this place. I kind of liked it better the old way. It just, sometimes you do good here, sometimes you just don't. But you'll hear me confusing 1 and 2 with 3 and 4 all night long, so just get used to that one.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep tabs on that as well. They had the qualifying here, so we're getting ready for qualifying. We'll look at the track description here, if we can find that. There we go. And you see how unique the layout of the track is. Turns 1 and 2 is kind of a typical, 90-degree corner. You kind of exit the same direction you're going almost. It's a little bit open. But 3 and 4, what makes that corner unique is that it's not you're not doing a complete 180 around the corner. You're kind of exiting at a different angle, so you kind of get back in the gas earlier. But one thing I noticed with this Cup car, though, we did some practice last night. It does not want to stop, especially into turn 3. It just does not seem to want to stop going into the corner. The brakes aren't quite as good as what you would expect.
Yeah, and I only did a few laps of practice because I was getting a little frustrated. But yeah, I was having a problem too where, locking up, especially from last week at the road course, you keep getting, if you hit them too hard, the thing would lock up, but you couldn't get the car slowed down enough. And two, you let off the gas, and usually in turns 1 and 2, and I'm talking about the current 1 and 2, you used to be able to kind of just lay off and just kind of get that thing to roll around the track, and the car would naturally slow down. And I couldn't get it to even do that yesterday. And then I know a lot of guys out there, they're shifting between 4 and 5 gear, and that's just another monkey that in the wrench, kind of speak. It just it makes these guys, they're going to be busy tonight.
Yeah, it's another wrinkle. Something else for them to think about doing as well is like this shifting. I found that, you shift on the front stretch because it's longer because of the dog leg. And the back stretch, you can kind of keep it in 4th gear if you got the right gear. So maybe shifting one time a lap, although I know some guys that won't shift at all. They try to set their car up where they don't have to shift at all. So definitely some different approaches here for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't do too many laps, but I could not find that right balance of even, was shifting. Usually when you drop a gear, the car seems to want to turn a little bit more. But even in that, I couldn't get it to, turn more with the lower gear. Yeah. So I don't know. And then it got a little unstable going down into that dog leg like we're talking about. We're going to see a lot of guys going through there. And you got to hit it right. You do any weird wheel motion when you're trying to get in or out back onto the racetrack. And we're gonna see some guys, probably not be able to manage that tonight.
Well, as they finished up qualifying, we're looking at the points for the series so far. 4 races in, actually 3 races in. We had the total's wrong because of the duels. TJ Bartell's leading the points right now, a slim margin over Richie Coy, and Brandon Fetterplace in there as well. It's a tight battle still up front, and I think it's going to go all the way down to the wire because all of these guys They're very consistent, trying not to have that one big mistake in a race. I know Brandon Fetterplace had that one mulligan at Atlanta, and he's still trying to recover from that. But the points battle really close and really heating up. And you got Robert Fitzpatrick. You can never count him out. He looks very strong here tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, our top 10 are in, within 10 points. And then if you go up to, our top 5 are within 10 points. And then, the top 10 are within 40 points. So, I mean, that could be, 1 to 2 races for some of these guys, having a bad night to kind of start making their way back up. I mean, it is kind of a short season. I mean, they only got 10 more races to kind of get this done, but there's still a lot of meat left on the bone for some of these guys.
You talk about the races coming up. Look at the schedule right quick. We have Vegas next week after Phoenix, then Homestead, Martinsville, and Darlington. So a wide mix of tracks coming up as well. We'll continue to mix it up. We had the super speedways. We had a road course. Now we're at a short flat track, 1 mile flat track. Then we'll go to the high speeds of Las Vegas and Homestead, and then down to Darlington. So a lot of... and of course the short track of Martinsville thrown in there too. It's quite the variety there.
Yeah. I mean, the next 5 races are 3 mile-and-a-halfers and 2 half-milers. So it's definitely going to be very spicy this next few weeks here. And I just want to say shout out to anybody out there watching. Doyle's already in grabbing another beer, and good to see you guys along, and hope everybody's having a good time and enjoy the broadcast tonight. Absolutely.
We'll try to keep tabs on what you guys are picking out there tonight. We'll try to bring you guys all the action as it happens here. Kind of see who ends up shining here tonight at Phoenix Raceway. I know we had I'd say kind of a surprise winner last week, but Bailey
Jelinas.
There you go. We'll get it right. With a win last week at Coda, looking strong again here tonight.
We got Michelle in the house saying good luck, Kevin, and we got Joshua Thornton out here saying hello. Aren't you on track, Joshua?
Thornton. Should be. He will be here shortly because they are gridding right now. So we'll go ahead and switch over to our starting grid tonight. On the pole, the winner from last week at Coda, Bailey Jelinas. And Brandon Fetterplace is going to start on the outside row in the... my numbers are not showing up. All right. Starting third is going to be the 19 of Richie Coy. To his outside is going to be Ben Tracy in the 33. Bob Fitzpatrick will start fifth. Beside him is going to be the 48 of Jamie Knopf. Starting seventh is going to be Nicholas Alford. To his outside is Daniel Simmons. Ryan Sharp will start P9 beside the number 99, Calvin Ruff.
Starting 11th, we got William Lark. Then Jeff Chandler starting 12th. TJ Bartell in 13th spot. Brian Messer starting 14th. Colton Gum starting 15th. Kyle Milken 16th. JC Evans is in 17th spot. Cameron King 18th. Lane Allen 19th. Colby Meese 20th. Alexander Hodge 21. And Mike Redmond 22. Brian Dixon 23. Robert Malikian 24. Alan Duraco 25th. Sherwood Williford 26th. Joshua Thornton. Does he got no? Is it 2 different guys in here? I'm just spacing out here. But he's 27th. Zach Young 28th. Chris Gore 29th. Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. 30th. Keith Hume 34th. He's showing 34th, but actually no. James Torrey is 31st. Wayne Grassi 32nd. Michael Blackner 33rd, and then Keith Hume is 34. So yeah, 34 drivers tonight. Big field.
And you are right. There's 2 different guys, Thorson and Thornton.
He's even asking.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Just jazzing everything up.
All right, we're going to get ready to get racing here. Pace car's already off as they're through 3 and 4. Bailey is going to bring them down. is outside Brandon Fetter Place, Ben Tracy, Richie Coy. 156 laps tonight, stage lap 35. We're getting ready to go green flag racing through 3 and 4. Waiting for the green flag. There it is, and we are underway here at Phoenix.
And something, if you guys did catch yesterday's race, Joey Logano got a pit road, or he had to go to the back because he kind of cut the start-finish line, and we do have that rule in effect as well. Unfortunately, NASCAR or iRacing does not call that, so that might be a post-race penalty if we do see any of that.
All right, down the backstretch for the first time, it's going to be Jelinas is going to be leading.
Yeah, Bailey's starting out pretty strong already, especially after the whipping that he put on some of these guys last week. So he's definitely looking good already so far. So we'll see if he can continue his streak momentum. But everybody in the back, I mean, we're looking 2 by 2. Nobody's really the front kind of 5 that kind of singled out, but everybody else is kind of finding their spot right now.
Battle still happening here for about 5th place, and then back here about 8th on back, still kind of side by side sorting things out. You see everybody trying to get their tire temps up. One thing too is this car does not have a lot of grip to start with.
No, it does. It gets pretty loose, and yeah, I know it. Again, I didn't run many laps, but it did get a little better after a few under your belt. But there again, too, tire wear is going to be a big thing. These cars could definitely make it to the stage. They got about 90 laps of fuel in them, so we should only really see the one stop for the stage, or at least after the stage. Stage is 35, by the way. I don't know if we did mention that.
Yep, 35 laps to the stage, and kind of a short run to the stage, honestly. So these guys are in short race in general, so everybody's up on the wheel trying to get everything they can to start here as we complete lap 4.
Yeah, I've always wondered that with Phoenix. Why do they always make the Phoenix race the short race? You know, you'd think for the uniqueness of the track they would try to make it a little bit more lengthy, but it always gets the short end of the stick, I guess.
Teammates Jamie Knopf and Daniel Simmons back to back there for 7th and 8th right now. Everything kind of sorting out. Everybody kind of single file, and you got a teammate Ben Tracy right in front of them as well. So 1, 2, 3 for the guys there that run together.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of the precursor to the race. We're going to be able to see who's really got the oval chops in this league. Again, you know, after coming off of the 2 super speedways and then the road course, you know, some of these guys are finally in their wheelhouse now, running some of these shorter tracks. And yeah, I mean, you know, Jamie Knopp and Daniel Simmons and Ben Tracy right now, you can kind of see them kind of hanging out up front. And you know, they were very good last year and some of the previous seasons. So I'm expecting to see them do pretty well tonight as well.
I've heard some say that this is where the regular season actually starts, because you got super speedway road course, and now you're kind of to a more typical track of the series, I guess, even though this is unique in its own right.
It's still more normal than what we've had, you know, especially after Atlanta and Coda. I mean, Daytona is always a gimme, but this used to be the second race of the year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It used to be closer towards the beginning, second or third.
But yeah, it looks like, yeah, everybody's just kind of single file out right now. Yeah, like you said too, I mean, the stage is going to come quicker than you think, and we're almost 10 laps into this.
First, second, and third have kind of spaced themselves out. 4th on back, Brandon Fetter Place trying to hold off Nick Alford. Ben Tracy, Jamie Knopf, and Daniel Simmons all right here battling for 4th.
Yeah, I went back to the front too. Yeah, Bailey's got a half a second on Richie Coy already right now, and then there's a good almost second back to Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. And then everybody's just kind of back there racing for 4th right now. And they got a pretty good stack up. Ben
Tracy inside of Nick Alford here for 4th place, or for 5th place rather, but can't hang on to it. Backs up and gets a little loose off the corner there.
Yeah, he's kind of under fire now by Jamie. Ben's going to have to kind of hold strong there, but I haven't seen too many people get a little weird in the dog leg yet either, which is kind of nice. I'm waiting for it, but nothing major has happened yet.
Everybody doing a really good job here, hanging on, like you said, just trying to make it to the stage, kind of see what the car has, and then go from there. You got Kevin Ruff making the move to the outside of Daniel Simmons.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the problem with this small track is I'm having a hard time just trying to get a good long view of the track.
Well,
The blimp camera's too close.
we've already encountered some lap traffic here. Looks like Ben Tracy looking to the inside of. No, that's Brandon Fetterplace falling back. Sorry, I thought that was lap traffic. Nick Alford got by Brandon Fetterplace and it kind of checked him up and put him right back here with this group. Now Ben Tracy has Jamie Knopf on the inside. Daniel Simmons has Kevin Ruff on the inside. So things are starting to get racy right here.
Yeah, they definitely got a gaggle going on there. It looks like Ben's kind of a little off pace, maybe even kind of holding up some of those guys, but he looks a little ill handling there.
We had an issue with Colby Meese, I think. Let's go back and look at it and see what happened here. Instant replay of the 9 of Colby Meese coming off the corner through the dog leg. Oh, it looks like somebody was slow there, and he just made a little contact there. Kept it going, though. Didn't hit the wall.
Well, that's always good. Yeah, there's looks like we do got a guy out there that's kind of a little bit of flashing. It might be Mike Redmond. He's kind of spotting in and out too, so I don't know if that's affected anybody. Oh, he kind of clipped the 21 there, and 21 almost got to turn around.
Thornton still trying to get it straightened up. Gets it going. No caution.
Yeah, I don't know what actually happened to him. I don't know if he was coming out of pit road or he was really low on the racetrack. Oh, I see. He got a little loose coming out of the exit of the dog leg.
Back up front, Jelinas continues to lead over Coy. He's got quite a sizable lead here, about 1.2 seconds over Coy, who's in second. Bob Fitzpatrick in third. Again, all three of these guys kind of spacing themselves out. Now, Nick Alford also got a pretty good gap. But the battle from fifth is on. The 34 Fetterplace trying to hold Knopf, Simmons, and Tracy off.
And a little further back, too, you got you got Ben Tracy under fire now by Kevin Ruff. And, yeah, Bailey is checking out. And Richie hasn't lost too much to Robert, but Bailey is, obviously doubled. He's getting ready to triple his lead from last time I talked about him. These guys are going to have to find some speed if they want to catch him tonight.
I think track position is also going to play a key too. So all these guys thinking about trying to get some clean air on their cars. You even see in the pack back here, these guys moving around, trying to move, trying to run high line, low line. Here comes Kevin Ruff to look to the inside of Ben Tracy.
Yeah, and in this place too, I mean, passing is not bad, especially if you got a good car that could get down into that dog leg. You do kind of shorten up the track a little bit, and you can kind of get a run. It does make your entry to turn 2 or turn 1 a little bit, tighter, but it's definitely opens up a few doors for passing opportunities, which is kind of nice.
Issue with Mike Redmond coming off the corner, gets loose right in front of the 6 of James Torrey, nowhere to go, and man turns him right into the inside wall, but no caution.
Yeah, I keep looking back, just trying to see. Everybody else kind of seems calm. I'm looking at the 79 of Ryan Sharp, Jeff Chandler. They're kind of hanging out behind the Ben Tracy and Kevin Ruff. Kevin's still trying to work on Ben there, and Daniel Simmons actually is going by his teammate Jamie Knopp right now. So Daniels might try to give Brandon Fetterplace a little shot here, but again, everybody behind them they're kind of out there just making their laps. We got about 15 more to go to the stage, so everybody's very calm and cool and collected. It looks like for the most part.
Looking up front there, I was looking at Richie Coy starting to be pressured by Bob Fitzpatrick and Nick Alford. They have both kind of caught the 19 and look to be a little bit faster than Coy right now. We'll see if they can do anything with him, but they are starting to queue up behind him.
Well, I did hear Richie or somebody, I thought I heard on the radio that good save Richie, so I think he may have gotten loose a little bit, and that's probably what drew those guys back to him.
Also,
But
yeah, he's struggling. It also explains the gap out front a little bit too.
yeah, because definitely, yeah, Bailey's almost got 3 seconds on him, and Nick Alford is he's ready to pounce on both Bob and Richie right now, and he looks like he's got a car that could get there. He's got some speed. He looks like he's just kind of laying back a little bit, just making his moves proper.
All right, here comes Bob to the inside of the 19 of Coy. Fitzpatrick's going to look to the inside, and you see Coy so loose off the corner there.
Yeah, he lost some momentum, and Bob should be able to have no problem getting by him now, especially too coming into that dog leg.
So Bob's going to complete the pass here. And she's going to take the long way around.
And like Nick's going to get him too.
Yeah, Alfred. That's going like Alfred on the inside there.
Well, we got some guys that are struggling out there with some ill handling cars, and then we got our leader right now with a 3.5 second lead.
And looking back here for the battle for fifth again, still stacked up back here. You got Fetter Place holding off Daniel Simmons, Jamie Knopf, and Kevin Ruff now. And you're right, it's starting to check everybody up here. You got Ryan Sharp back here looking for a way around the 33 of Tracy. We'll look to the outside.
Yeah, Kevin made a pass on Ben about a lap ago on the outside. It took him a little while to get by him, but he did finally get it. And yeah, look, now he's trying to get on the inside of Jamie.
Here's the inside of Jamie Knopf here. Kevin Ruff trying to make that pass. So tough to pass on the bottom here because you lose all that momentum. The guy on the high side carries the momentum out of the corner. It's hard to clear the guy. And you see a lot of slide jobs going to the corner too because of that.
Yeah, but especially too, 25 laps in, I mean, we're starting to see some of these guys that actually might have a decent long run car that could, maybe have saved tires. We talk about it, at least we're going to be now talking about it every week about tire wear and tire advantages and tire savings and all that good stuff. And yeah, little side contact there, but Kevin's still trying to get it done.
A little bit of a hip check there with the 48 of Jamie Knopf on Kevin Ruff, but Jamie's holding tight down there. Holding tough on the outside.
Yeah, Kevin made a little, sorry about that on the radio. So they're out there. It looks like they're probably having some fun too. But he did get clear. Yeah, Ben's under fire. Ben is just he just keeps losing spots one after the other. He's got the Sharp on his outside. Yes. What's his first name? Ryan Sharp.
Ryan Sharp.
I should know that. That's my son's name.
And then
I'll never forget it now.
Jeff Chandler back there. You see a little contact with the 33 on. And you see. Then there's contact from Jeff Sharp. Gets in the back of Ben Tracy. Everybody hangs on to it as they head into and a little more contact with the 33 of Tracy. Jeff's going to complete that pass, though.
Yeah, that little side swipe there slowed down slowed down Ben just enough, and then Jeff had nowhere to go, but he was able to get by him now.
Yeah, Ben's in free fall right now, falling back. He's lost 7 positions from where he started, just kind of freight train to this point.
Yeah, that is the one problem with this track too. You kind of get into that freight train, and you're almost an obstacle out there. And there's no better feeling when you have an ill handling car. Just go, just get out of my way, or quit. What do I always say? Quit. I can't remember what I say.
Ryan Sharp. Right, yeah. Ryan Sharp trying to get by Jamie Knopf here. Ryan's trying to move forward for sure here.
Yeah, well, you can start seeing. I mean, even Jeff Chandler. I mean, they're definitely starting to pick up some speed. It's either their tires are starting to, had a little bit of wear, or you look at Jamie. Jamie's starting to lose to Jeff Chandler now. So he's starting to get his tires probably too hot, and just the car is just not going very well right now. They're going to be coming in for tires soon, and again, it's not really a gauge of how bad they're going to be doing throughout the race. With a short stage lap like this, you might want to, run hard for these few laps, see what it does, see if you actually have something for it.
Yeah, you're definitely getting some information here. You're going to be able to make some adjustments in the pit stops if you're able to do so. Trying to make the car better.
Right. And I mean, usually too. I mean, with especially with a Jamie Knopp or even a Daniel Simmons, we always see them hardly ever qualify, or usually when they do queue, they queue towards the back of the field and they kind of work their way up, including a Jeff Chandler on that as well. So it could be, with the short stage, they're like, we're going to go for the gusto, get to that stage, and then we'll kind of lay back and adjust. But I'm pretty impressed so far. Everybody's running green. I mean, we've had a couple little foibles, but no yellows yet. So everybody's doing a really good job out there.
Yep, doing good. The 19 Richard Coy under pressure here, getting towards the stage here. He's under pressure from the 34 of Brandon Fetterplace, who is charged up late in the run here too. So he's got a good long run car as he goes to the inside.
Yeah, he pulled on him pretty quick back there. I believe that was turn 2, and yeah, he's definitely going to make this pass for the stage. Richie's just does not have the car he probably wants tonight. He's holding his own, though, on the outside, but I just think Brandon's going to eventually get him here going into turn 3.
Coming out of side by side here, coming to the 1 lap to go to finish the stage. So he's definitely wanting to get this extra stage point. It's a 2-point swing between him and the 19 if he can make this pass. So
we got 2 battles behind the 2 of them, too. We got Ryan Sharp going past Daniel Simmons, and then Jeff Chandler's trying to get by Kevin Ruff as we speak. So yeah, a lot of fun action happening right before the stage here.
And Bailey Jelinas is going to come around and complete. He's going to pick up where he left off, win the stage here at Phoenix. Stage win number 2, I believe. I think he won the stage at COTA as well. So we'll let everybody cycle through, and there's the stage caution. And everybody will get a break, take a little breath, and maybe make some adjustments if your car's not right.
And I was watching the Jeff Chandler, Kevin Ruff, and it could have been a photo finish, but Jeff Chandler was able to take that 8th spot for stage points tonight. So yeah, good job by everybody.
Your top 10 is Jelinas, Fitzpatrick, Alford, Fetterplace, Coy, and then Sharp, Simmons, Chandler, Ruff, and Knopf grabbing the last stage point.
Yeah, and then you go back, just looking at some of the losers so far, and not to say that they're losers, but I mean, Ben's a cop too, so I don't want to get him too upset. But he's lost 10 spots since the start of this race, so hopefully he'll be able to get that thing dialed in for the rest of this run.
Yeah, whatever it was not working well for him for sure as they come into the pit stalls.
Well, even Kyle Milliken, he lost about 8 spots in that run. So yes, a couple guys need some work to do. Hopefully their pit crew are going to get it done.
All right. Well, while they do a quick pit stop, we're going to do a quick pit stop of our own, do a quick commercial break. We'll come back after this and get started to race to the end, lap 156. We are currently on lap 36 of 154.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
The best team.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Phoenix Raceway, getting ready for the restart here The Phoenix 250 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series.
Yeah, I kind of pulled out the old calculator and started doing a little bit of mathematics, and I'm assuming these guys should, if we do stay green, we should be making that pit stop around the 100 lap mark, somewhere around there. That'll be about halfway. They will have to pit for sure.
Well, we're going to see. They're coming to the restart already. You got Bob Fitzpatrick on the outside of Gelinas there on the restart. Nick Alfred, Fetter Place, and Sharp, your top five. Green flag is out, and we are back racing here at Phoenix.
Yeah, Bailey got a great jump, and he's off. Does anybody else have anything for him, though? That's the big question for tonight.
Everybody trying to sort things out here on the restart again. Cold tires. Everybody's got to get used to this once again. Get those tires up to temp. Get the cars stopped.
Yeah, we got the top six right now. They were able to single out, but then we got a little bit of side-by-side action, too. I'm just waiting to see some of these guys that are just kind of hanging out in the back. You know, even like Michael Black here.
We got somebody around back there. It's like Zach Young. And he collected somebody else, and the caution's out. This is like Michael Blackner involved in that?
Oh, as I was just talking about him? Oh, man.
Commentator curse.
I mean, he was kind of slowly hanging out back there. I figured maybe he was going to let his, you know, start moving forward now.
All right, well, let's go back and see what we can find. They brought out the caution here. You see the 45 on the outside. Oh, he just gets loose there, and the dog leg comes across, tries to save it, and just turns back up the track right in front. Oh, almost got James Torrey, but did collect Michael Black there just right in front of the 22.
Wow. Yeah, and I did an in-car with Michael, and yeah, he looks like he might be done. Definitely has got probably a meatball for that.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can wrap. Michael Blackner here, going through the dog leg. He sees somebody spinning down there. You're fine. And then he just comes back up the track, bounces off the wall, and right into the 22. Yeah, he's got some significant damage.
Well, we were talking about how deadly and how bad that dog leg could be, and it is pretty rough and hard to hard to get it with cold tires, and we just obviously saw that. Unfortunately, too, yeah, coming back up on the track like that. Wow. I don't know if you just got bounced off the barrier. Just couldn't obviously get it slowed down enough.
Rough wreck there. So that's a quick reset for everybody. I don't think anybody will take the chance to take tires here, but definitely you'll have to reset and do another restart here. We do have a lucky dog coming around. Looks like it's going to be Joshua Thornton, not Thorison.
Right. Yes, I got a big monitor, or it's really small print, so couldn't tell if it was an N or an I or a U. Who knows?
With that. All right, we're going to reset
Could have been
here.
anything. Well, I mean, if nothing else, I mean, hopefully Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. learned a little bit on that previous restart, and maybe he might be able to give Bailey a little run here, because Bailey shot out like a cannon. So you get to do it over now, Bob. Let's see what you got, man. Show us what you got.
And this three-star zone's kind of interesting too, because it's kind of in a curve there, so it's tough. And like I said, you got to stay above that yellow line too, till you cross the start-finish line. So all that's going to be, that's going to be in everybody's mind as well.
Yeah, and everybody's been pretty good about that so far. And again, iRacing does not have that penalty, but if we see any mischief, we go back in after the fact and penalize people where we need to. But they've all been pretty good. Mischief. Yes, mischief. Mischievous.
There's the green flag. Green flag's back out. We're back underway. And again, Bailey hard on the throttle there and gets a nice little gap.
Yeah, wow. He caught them looking, or not looking. Yeah, he took off again.
We got Sherwood Williford slow on the front stretch there, but he keeps it going.
Got a little battle right now. Looks like for 7th place, Jeff Chandler kind of getting on the outside of Daniel Simmons and trying to make that stick.
Side by side as they head into the corner. Yeah, Jeff Chandler on the outside.
Holding Daniel down there.
Yeah.
That's all right. Everybody in that group there are very respectable towards each other. So you're going to see some good racing with that group.
Richie Coy trying to hold off the 34 Fetter place on his inside. And that's going to open the door for Ryan Sharp there as well. Sharp having a great night. Good to see Sharp moving towards the front.
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys in that top 10 right now. Yeah, he certainly is. I'm just trying to see who else was notable. We got Lane Allen kind of sneaking into the picture right now. And, Ben Tracy's still kind of hanging out there. I think he had a little bit better, he must have had a good pit stop because he did gain a spot at least. Let's just see if he's got a long run car. Hopefully some of these things don't start drying up. The tires don't dry up after 10 laps.
I guess we're missing, but Nick Alford's going to move into second. We got around Bob Fitzpatrick, so Alford to second place, Fitzpatrick third, Fetter place fourth, Richie Coy in fifth.
Well, now that Nick doesn't, let's see if Nick's got anything for Bailey. Because right now Bailey almost got a second on the field, and that's only a few laps after this yellow we just had. These guys got to find a rocket booster or something.
He's looking back here, J.C. Evans. J.C. Evans racing Colton Gum there. Colton trying to get the inside of J.C. Almost contact there. Everybody checks up. It pushes J.C. way wide, though. And Ben Tracy's going to look to the inside, make it 3 wide, try to make that pass.
I missed all that, but I saw a little bit of the aftermath there. And Colton get back again around Ben Tracy. Looks like they're going to probably single file here.
Yeah, there was almost contact between Gum and Evans there going into turn 3. And now you see them getting tied again. Evans and I believe it was Alexander Hodge, TJ Bartell all right here. Is your points leader.
Yeah, TJ keeps changing numbers so much, I keep forgetting what car he is.
Number 28.
There he is, 28. And he's in a blue and white scheme, too, so it's a little different from what I'm normally seeing him in.
We got a cluster up here. We got Richie Coy, Jeff Chandler getting by Richie Coy. Daniel Simmons got by.
Cavan's getting ready. He's side by side with Richie right now. And, Richie is just getting pounded here, it seems like. He's just thought, we got a little spin.
The 33.
TJ.
33, Ben Tracy sideways, still trying to hang on to. Oh, no, he turns it right up in front of the field. And that's going to bring out the caution. And now they're wrecking in front of him as well.
Yeah, it looked a lot of slow speed wrecking, but there still was a bit of wrecking going on there. Yeah, Ben tried to save that for sure, but that's these cars as well. I mean, we're going to be talking about that too as the season progresses. These cars are hard can be to save. Once they start pendulum swinging, there is no saving them.
See if we can get back a little bit from that and see what happened to. Have to get back farther than that. All right, let's see what happened to Ben Tracy here going into turn 1. Oh, TJ Bartell into Ben Tracy there. Gets it saved, gets back on track, tries to keep it going, and eventually just turns right in front of the field. And then something happened. I saw Kyle Milliken involved up there with something. Watch Kyle Milliken here get involved. They're sliding in front of you.
I don't know. Maybe there was just some other checkups.
Somebody, whoever that red car was, kind of just drove in there into the wreck.
I'm looking too. We had a we had the entire field kind of come in for tires right away. So we're going to have a cold tire green green flag coming up here, which is surprising too, because I don't think they have enough gas. They're still probably going to have to pit for fuel. It's going to be very tight though at this point.
I think Wayne Grassi got some pretty significant damage from that wreck as well. Just looking at some of that, so that's unfortunate. It's going to take out a few drivers, but yeah, they're going to take advantage of this. Actually, some aren't. Looks like Sherwood Williford's going to stay out. He's going to be leading the pack here.
Well, I'll be honest. If you were able to stay clean and maybe not abuse those tires for these first few cautions, it's probably not a bad idea to save set in the garage. You might need them later.
We'll see. We'll see if it works out. You know, this is like we were talking about, a little bit shorter race, so you may have that extra set to play with, but you don't ever really know.
No, I mean, but the fact that we've already had a couple yellows, you know, it's very potential.
And Sherwood Williford, he was slow on that last start. Something happened on the front stretch, so we'll see how he gets away here. Got Jelinus behind him. Got Jeff Chandler to his outside. We're coming to the restart zone, getting back underway here at Phoenix. The Phoenix 250 is back green.
Sure would got a nice run up there. Let's just see what Bailey can do now. He's actually behind somebody for a change.
Not for long.
Yeah, he made sure it worked. That's for sure. But I don't believe Jeff Chandler took tires either, so we're going to see how his tire strategy works out.
Starting to stack up here behind him.
I mean, for someone like Sherwood to do that, it's just a good move. It gives you a little bit of track position, and you might be able to capitalize that.
Boy, they are 2 and 3 and almost 4 wide going into turn 1 there. Everybody stacked up behind the 5 as he's starting to fall through the field.
We almost got 2 rows of 3 wide right now.
Contact. They are 3 wide. Richie Coe on the inside. Ryan Sharp in the middle there.
All this, and Bailey just drove away. He's almost at a second already over the pack. But yeah, remember, a lot of these guys are on cold tires, and some of these guys are on old tires.
Gold tires,
Chandler,
old tires.
Old, gold, and cold. Well, maybe not gold.
I don't know.
Plastic.
Gold.
Plastic, maybe. But Nick Elford got around Jeff Chandler, so he's second. Jeff, I assume, is going to probably fall back a few spots just because of the pit positioning, or the fact that he didn't take tires. But again, it could be a good strategy later on in this race, depending on how many more yellows we get here.
Everybody's kind of sorted things out once again. It's like still trying to work around the 5 car of Williford here.
Yeah, we're single file all the way up to basically Lane Allen, who's in 14th right now. So I don't know. It was pretty spicy though for that opening few laps. But now is the time just relax, save some tire. I'd be shocked if anybody's going to be able to make it on gas. But according to the lap totals, we were told like 90 to 95 laps. They had a little bit over 100 when we went green, so there is a possibility that somebody might be able to save it.
Well, we're not even halfway yet. Lap 61 of 156 here in the books at Phoenix. These guys are starting to get after it, though. You're starting to run out of time. You still got to make a pit stop.
I'd be in concern mode at this point.
Robert Malikian spinning sideways, and Rex, and the caution's back out once again. Him and the 12 of Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. go around on the front stretch. I don't know if there was contact between the two. I think the 12 may have been a sympathy spin. With the 16, looks like he got loose or something. We'll go back and look.
Yeah, I went back and looked, and yeah, they had pretty good gap between the two of them. The 12th just kind of got a little loose, kind of turned on into Robert, and unfortunately Robert was there.
Oh, there was contact between the two. Okay. And that's sent the 16 around and the 12 hard into the outside wall. See if we can ride on board with the 12 here. Coming off the corner. Just gets loose. May have broke the right front too. When he got going there, it just turned into the wall.
Yeah, the 12th's initial contact wasn't that bad, but that second hit, that might have wrecked it too bad. Robert, though, Malikian, he was able to kind of save it, stayed off the wall, probably smoked up the tire a little bit, but other than that, he should be all right.
All right, we do have some pit stops here. Jeff Chandler decided to come in for tires here. It's going to put him back in the pack, though, man. That's going to be a tough road to hoe back there.
Yeah, but he's got enough gas, though, now, too, because they're in that gas window where I think they'll be able to make it. Not to mention, he's on equal tire, at least, with them now as well. So as far as what they have left in the pits, I don't know. I think I would have probably done the same thing. Go in the back. This is a great time, too. Relax. Let the mayhem happen in front of you. Save them tires. Be there towards the end.
You gotta.
I mean, we know.
Relax.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and Jeff's good at saving tires, working his way through the field. He usually always has a good long run car. He showed before the stage. So, yeah, I think that's probably a good strategy on his part. Going to have some fresher tires on some of these guys as well, too. So getting through some of the field should be kind of short work.
Well, it's going to have to be a long way to go. Sherwood Williford, I think, decided to stop there as well. Some of the other guys came in back there.
James Torrey seen driving around getting his lap back. I didn't even know he went another lap down. He was one of an earlier Lucky Dog recipients, but yeah, I didn't think he was another lap, but he's getting it back.
And well, he was very close to being involved in that issue on the front stretch where Michael Blackner got wiped out. But yeah, let's go put him back on the lead lap though.
Yeah, I know he's had a little bit of damage. The front nose looked a little bashed in, so I think he was trying to get a lot of that squared away. But yeah, let's see, back on the lead lap, go after it.
All right, we're going to come to the restart here again. 65, lap 60.
Yeah, Jelinas just like a cannon. He's got Bob Fitzpatrick right behind him. Richie Coy behind him, but Richie Coy is down to fifth already. Nick Elford and Daniel Simmons got right by Richie. Easy.
Is this
another yellow?
We do have another caution here. Like Sherwood Williford involved. We'll see. This is not.
Ooh, Ben Tracy coming out of the dog leg. Ben Tracy overdrove a little bit. It looks like got into Robert Malikian. Robert gets punted again and kind of created some of that mayhem there.
Interesting. That is not showing me the incident.
Yeah, a little checkup. Ben hits Robert. Robert actually tapped the rear end of Jeff Chandler.
Wow. Ben really sent it in there, and the 16 into the wall, into the 5, and the 5 into the wall.
Yeah, it didn't look like anybody got too damaged or really any wall contact. Jeff got a little loose, so he probably, well, we're sure we got a little wall damage. Jeff got a little loose there, so it kind of smoked his rear tires up a little bit, and so it's kind of it's always sad to say, especially too when you just got your fresh tires opposed to the rest of the field. But I'm sure it's not going to hurt Jeff too much.
Well, he just gets in there deep, gets into the back of. Then again, there was something happening in front of them.
Yeah, and it might have been a checkup on Robert's part, or just again, we were just
Oh
talking
no,
about
he can't.
relax.
Never mind. The 33 pushed the 16 into the back of Jeff Chandler, and that's what caused him to get loose. He went
Right.
so deep, he pushed the car in front of him into the car in front of him.
Yeah, and it didn't look like Jeff or really anybody checked up or anything. They were just kind of slowing up for that corner.
I think maybe Ben forgot they put a corner right there.
Maybe he thought the car was going to roll more, and it did.
Well, that's the thing. I talked about how difficult the brakes are on this car. If you don't get to slow down in time, you go in the corner like that, you are going to be in trouble because it will not stop.
Yeah, and if you happen to actually, lock them up, hit the brake a little harder, and you do lock them up, it makes the car worse. And it's like, yeah, you're not going to slow down at all.
Well, we are back double file. Pace car's going to pull off. We're going to try this one more time here. All these restarts giving everybody a good chance at Gelinas here up front. Mixing up the restart. Got Bob Fitzpatrick now on the outside of Gelinas. Nick Alford, Daniel Simmons, Brandon Fetter place your top 5.
And the 2 on the front row, they are holding tight.
Here we come to the restart zone. And we fire off. We're back underway here at Phoenix.
Yeah, and Bailey kind of gets he's been tending not to go to the later end of their restart zone. So I mean, some of these guys by now they've got to kind of pick it up, or pick up what he's doing, because he is just shooting out of a cannon every time.
Yeah, it's hard when you're waiting for him to launch, though. I mean,
but he's waiting to go kind of late in the box, and he's been pretty consistent about his launch time. It's almost to like the middle of that last Geico. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's easier when you have the bird's eye view to see what's happening than maybe when you're out there.
Alfred to the inside of Bob Fitzpatrick for second. He's going to take that position. Bob's going to try to cross him over. Nope. He's going to hang in behind him. And that's Daniel Simmons in 4th behind him.
Yeah, well, I kind of expected Daniel to be up there, and Jamie too. Jamie's kind of a few spots behind him, but the 2 of them, two at the end of this run, they're top 5 cars. Usually every week we go to these mile and a half mile tracks. This is, like you said, this is really the official beginning of the season with this track.
Board with the 48. Just hearing what Jamie Knopf does. He's going to pull a gear here. And it sounds like he's leaving it in 4th down the back. Way high. Run that high line.
Yeah, and you almost wonder though too, just if you miss that entry too, that entry corner position, you get stuck on that outside. The car just does not want to roll, or and usually when you roll in, it kind of tucks in, and it just does not want to do that. It's almost like there's no banking. I mean, there isn't much banking, but it's like the car isn't set up to go left.
Well, these cars are so
almost what it
stiff.
felt like.
They're so stiff too. That's another thing. These cars the next gen cars are so stiff that it's really hard. We were talking about how they really don't have much weight transfer because they're set up so stiff. It changes how you have to drive them too.
Yeah, and we obviously see a lot of guys out here struggling tonight with some of the foibles of the car. Pepto Joe's out there. He likes my foibles.
I have no idea what that is.
It's another word for being jazzed up. And jazzed up is a nicer way of saying something you probably shouldn't say on YouTube.
Just looking through the field here, there's battles everywhere. Everybody trying to get everything they can here on these restarts. The 14 of Lane Allen right on the back of the 24 of Thornton. Thornton, new add to the series this season.
Yeah, it just came in yesterday. I already thought it was someone else, and yeah, that's pretty typical around here at FTSR.
Going into turn one there, Lane Allen trying to hold off Jeff Chandler, who's starting to fight back towards the front. And in front of him, Brian Messer on the inside of Thornton.
Well, yeah, you know, Jeff's got those fresher tires. I mean, even though he kind of smoked up the rear ends a little bit with that little slip, that last caution. But yeah, you can see him. He's got a strong car right now. Oh,
Contact. Brian Messer turns Thornton around. We were just talking about him.
yellow is thrown.
And the yellow's out as Thornton is nose first into the wall there. We just saw that, man. Just slight contact coming off the corner. He just looks like he just misjudged a little bit there. Best one tire in auto care. Instant replay. The 51 just washes up into the 21 there. Turns him sideways. Does he get it locked down before the wall? I think he does, or if he touches it just barely.
He missed it. He was able to get it locked down. He must have forgot to put it in reverse, because then he did tap it in the wall going forward, but he had to back it up. He should be all right.
Yeah, at least there's no damage there, but
Just a little tap too, and it turned him around. It even got Brian Messer actually got a little loose just from the contact as well. They don't like being, these cars don't like being touched.
just a slight contact. Locks it down and keeps it from the wall. Nice job. We got cars on pit road, though. All our leaders are pitting.
And it makes me wonder now, too. I'm trying to figure out the math, but I think they have maybe one more set after this left to go.
Well, that's tough if that's the case. We've got a ways to go.
There still is quite a bit to go, yeah, that's for sure. And I know Jeff Chandler's probably thinking, you know, now that he's basically back on equal tire strategy, he definitely did not want to see that, because he was starting to make some moves with the fresher tires.
I don't think Jamie Knopf took tires. If he did, he took two. Because he comes out our leader off of pit road. Jamie Knopf's going to assume the lead.
Well, I'm going to back it up, and I'll verify for you. He, in fact, took two right side tires.
Interesting.
And I almost want to say, and I usually, the tire in iRacing is very odd, and usually you cannot make the two-tire strategy work. But I almost want to say he has made that work in the past and actually got a victory out of it. But I could be wrong. But, yeah, well, I guess we're going to see how this is going to play out.
Well, he definitely is one of the ones to try something different. You know, we've talked to him before, and he's always been one to kind of try something. You know, if something's not working, let's do something different. Him and Kyle Milliken both have kind of been known to do that throughout the years. Kyle's will run a unique line or to try something different. Not scared to think outside of the box, and so it's always kind of fun to see how this works out. We'll see how this turns out here on the restart. So you got Knopf, Gelinas, Nick Alford, Fitzpatrick, and Simmons, your top five. Jeff Chandler, notable up to P12 already.
Yeah, he was making some good strides. Unfortunately, though, he's back on equal tire with the rest of these guys. So I know he's probably disappointed about his advantage, but we are going green.
Here we go in the restart zone. The 48 fires off, gets going. And actually, Gelinas got Fitzpatrick on his tailgate.
Yeah, Bailey had to be on defense right now. Jamie had a great launch off there. Let's see if this two-tire strategy can at least hold back Bailey for a lap or two. Bailey's getting such a great exit, though, especially on cold tires.
Into turn 3 and 4. 48's going to run the high line. Gelinas on the inside.
Oh, Bailey spins.
He's down. He's on pit road. Takes a cone out.
Just barely missed that wall. Wow. I know that's not what he wanted to see, but I'm sure the rest of the field isn't upset.
Trying to regroup here. Took the cone out with him as well. Might have the cone stuck under the car.
I might have to go in for a close-up on that, but wow, he nearly walled it. He was so close to walling it. He actually is showing a little bit of front damage. I got to go back to see if maybe he actually did clip it.
See if we can go back and see.
He did clip it. Yep, he's showing on my camera. He did get a little bit of clip on that wall.
Trying to find the replay here. Boy, he did. He just touched it, didn't he?
Just kissed it.
Well, I wouldn't say just touched it because still pretty hard hit. Goes down there.
We got a yellow. I don't know who this was for. Let me go back.
Looks like something with J.C. Evans was involved. Let's see if we can go back and see what the yellow flag's for here. Instant replay.
Oh yeah, his front right is pretty tore up.
All right, well, that's not going to show us. Let's see if J.C. Evans will tell us the story here. Oh, going to the corner, he gets right hooked. Comes up in front, I believe that was Alexander. Man. And you know, every time we race here, this is always something that kind of happens. Everybody kind of filters together going into the corner.
It looks like he actually, Jeff Chandler kind of made a little contact with him. It looks like JC kind of went up on the track where Jeff was. And, Jeff really had nowhere to go. And JC kind of got a little bit higher up on the track. And
so
hard racing.
Right on board with Jeff Chandler here. Coming into turn one. Ooh. He was clear for a second. Man,
yeah,
that just kind of came together.
Real cool. Yeah. Jeff is having a wild night out there.
He's seen a little bit of everything tonight.
He has. He's still hanging in there, though, top 10. And just looking at some of the other guys, Richie Coy still hanging out there in a top 5 spot. We got our usual suspects, though, up front. Jamie, Nick, Robert, and Daniel in your top 4. And I'm just trying to look, too, where our previous leader fell back down. Bailey Jelinas is in 20th.
He's on pit road.
So, yeah, he's probably getting that damage fixed. He did clip that wall pretty good. If it were me driving it, I would have got a meatball and it would have ended my night. But, some of these guys, they can have complete damage. And, no, you're fine.
And Jelinas is going to get rolling here. Is he going to beat the pace car? Yes, he is. So he's going to stay on the lead lap, but trying to get some of that damage repaired.
He's got a pretty quick car, so, we'll see. We'll see what he's got for this field. He put him back, but are we at halfway? We're just a little past halfway, so he's still got a lot of racing to go.
We do. It's been caution after caution here recently, too. So
yeah, and I know a lot of these guys, like I say, I think they only might have one set left in the pits, some of these guys.
We had a very clean run up the stage, no cautions to lap 35, and then after that it's been a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, we told everybody to relax, and they completely did the opposite. But I guess they can't hear us.
Coming around to start lap 90 of 156, waiting for the green flag to fly. There it is, and we are back underway here for the Phoenix 250.
Jamie once again got a great run out there, leading this pack on those 2 tires.
I tell you, he did get a good start. Nick Alford kind of falling back here. The 19 Accord looking underneath.
Yeah, we are 2x2. This is probably the most spicy top 10 I've seen in a while since this race started.
Side by side, the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick beside Nick Alford. And now Richie Coy's going to look. Nope. I thought he was going to take him 3 wide. He decided better.
Well, I think some of these guys, too, they got to kind of put on that relax hat, realizing, they don't have a lot of tires. Ooh. They need to preserve what they have.
I think Kevin Ruff just hit the wall off turn 2 there. Pretty good.
Yeah, I may have seen him kind of slap the wall a little bit. It didn't look like it hurt him too much though. He's still he's trying to make a run now on the 24 of William Lark, one of our Carolina boys.
You almost did it.
I was playing on that one. They're just kind of going through some of the fields. Some of the guys in the back, though, they've singled out. They're just kind of just riding right now, looks like.
You got Coy starting to put pressure on the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick, but he's getting pressure from Alexander Hodge, one of our biggest movers right now, up 15 spots from his starting position into 53. We haven't mentioned Hodge yet, but he's worked his way towards the front.
Yeah, he's actually showing a pretty good hand right now. Yeah, like you say, up a lot of spots. He's been able to stay out of trouble, and yeah, he's looking really sharp right now. He's looking more sharp than Ryan Sharp.
Yeah, he can't look more sharp than Ryan Sharp.
Yeah, that might be kind of looking back through the field, though, too. At some of the usual suspects. Lane Allen chilling out in 12th. Robert Malikian, who had a little contact, he's hanging out still in 13th. Ben Tracy, 16th. Ryan Sharp right in front of him in 15th. Bailey just kind of moved up a couple spots. He's down to 18th right now, so he's starting to make a little bit of run here. Joshua Thornton, Thornton, I think that's it. He's 19th. We saw him spin a little while ago, so a lot of these guys rebounding, still holding their own out here.
On board the 99 of Kevin Ruff, trying to get around the 24 of William Lark there. Couldn't do it on the inside. He's going to look for another way around here.
And I went back up to the beginning, and Jamie Knopp on them 2 tires. He's pulled out a 7/10 lead right now, and Nick Alford doesn't seem like he has much for him. But Jamie does have his teammate Daniel kind of lurking in 3rd right now, and we got another yellow.
We do have another yellow. Joshua Thornton involved.
Just talking about him, another curse. I gotta stop just naming names, I guess. I don't know.
We'll see what happened here with Thornton and Thornton. Oh, all right. He's going racing with. Oh, he gets loose. He gets loose off the corner, and then it just snaps right, like we've seen all night. And almost kept it out of the wall, but just rolled in the wall there at the very end.
It almost looked like a little bit of net code. Like I don't know who that was behind him, but who is the 89?
Chris Gore.
Chris Gore, yeah. Chris got right up to him, and I don't know if he took the air or maybe it might have been a little net code or something, but it looked like that kind of.
He didn't touch him. That's what I was just looking at.
No, he didn't, yeah. There was no contact, but it looked like it did mess up his air of some sort. But everybody was able to get by.
He did a good job of missing him, too, when it happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody did.
We do have a few takers. William Lark on pit road. TJ Bartell deciding to take pits here. And Fitzpatrick Sr. all on pit road.
Yeah, I'm looking too. So, yeah, TJ took tires. William took tires. And I'm just wondering, again, like I say, I don't exactly know how many tires they have.
I think TJ's getting damage repaired. Looks like he's still sitting up pit road.
Yeah, he did get tires as well, but yeah, he might be hanging out for some damage as well.
Just checking in on Jelinus. He's up to P17 after that pit stop, trying to fix the damage.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we don't see him back down the pit road as well, maybe to try and repair a little bit more. I can't imagine he got everything fixed up already. Well, I don't know. I say that, but I go back, I'm looking at his front nose, and it looks pretty clean. So maybe he didn't have as much damage as we thought.
You know, you talked about him not going anywhere, being P17 back there, and you got the 48 of Jamie Knopf out there on 2 tires at the front pulling away. It furthers the debate on, clean air is king, even in iRacing in these cars. You get out front, you can kind of put it in the wind.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, I mean you're right. And Jamie's kind of like Bailey early on. I mean he was able to put a nice gap on second place, and especially too with that two tire strategy. Um, yeah, he's making it work. Good call on the two tire for right now. We'll see if it's going to be a winning, paying off strategy, but for right now, kudos to him.
Green flag's back out. We're back underway. The Phoenix 250 is green. The Victory Fuel Cup Series here at Phoenix.
Trying to get back to the old blimp cam here just to try and see some of the action. And we got some three wide action going on towards in the back of the pack right now. Bailey's on the inside of Ben Tracy. At least they kind of they ended that three wide, but Bailey's just trying to get through the traffic here.
Yeah, back here it's quite the mess.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys too, they're on the old tires, so they're probably saving that last set. Although we have seen a few of the guys. Now here's the thing too, you had a couple of guys that did come in. TJ Bartel. Unfortunately, TJ's 3 laps down, but with fresh tires.
Yeah, he's still in pit road, so I guess he's.
Oh, he is.
He might have had a little too much damage.
Well, then I guess we got William Lark because he was able to get back out there. Now he's got fresh tires compared to the rest of the field. Now that might be a good strategy as well, if he can get through this traffic and if we stay green.
This guy's racing pretty tough down here. You got Brandon Fetterplace trying to hold off Jeff Chandler, Kevin Ruff, this whole group here. Alexander Hodge still holding tight in P6 in front of these guys.
We did have a little bit of a shakeup too up front. We got Daniel Simmons running second now, kind of tailing his teammate. Nick Alford's not looking as strong as he did before, but then Richie Coy just got by Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. for fourth. So a little bit of mix up there in that top 5. Then a little further back too, Alexander Hodge running 6th right now, and then right now in 7th, fighting for 7th right now is Jeff Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler on the outside trying to go around Fetter Place. And Kevin Ruff wanting to follow him through.
Yeah, and that's the debate. Where do you want to be, inside, outside? I kind of think like Phoenix, you get that better run on the outside, but then I think the dog leg though, you get a little bit better of a run through that dog leg. So I mean, it is, as far as tracks go, I mean, we talk about the uniqueness of it, but it does provide some decent racing too, some side-by-side action where an inner and outer lane. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're showing how well it is. Just allows you to kind of get through, and I'm looking.
Oh, contact between the 34 and 31. Still side by side, still beating and banging here.
Well, the one guy that we were talking about earlier on, the guy that led most of this first half of this race, he is sneaking up, and he is going after 11th place right now of Ryan Sharp. He just got by Lane Allen, and he is slicing and dicing through this field.
Well, I tell you what, these guys cannot get clear of each other. Chandler's still holding tight on that outside. Brandon Fetterplace on the inside. 7th and 8th here.
I hate to say it, what it's doing, it's bringing Bailey closer and closer into the picture. But yeah, they
Jeff can get a good run off here. Can he clear him? Kevin's trying to push him by.
I know. It looked like Kevin was about ready to bump draft him. Just like, come on, get by. Looks like Brandon was able to kind of get that clear. So
yeah,
Brandon's got there. 7th. It's okay. Get moving. You don't want Bailey getting up there. Got to kind of hold him back at bay a little bit. I know that's what our top 5 leaders are saying right now.
Well, he's running out of time though with lap 108 and 156 here.
Yeah, wow. I didn't even pay attention to lap time, but yeah, I guess with all these cautions, yeah, we are clipping along. About 45, somewhere 45 to 50 laps left.
Oh, the 10 gets
Oh.
loose into, who was that? Was that
79 of Ryan Sharp. Yeah,
Ryan Sharp into the wall there? It's going to be detrimental to his run for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised too the way he hit that wall. He's got
He's got to have some wheel damage. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. Had a fast car all night.
He was still able to make it through 3 and 4, so maybe it's not as bad. I mean, I'm sure the car's not going to handle as good, but it's probably not destroyed.
Well, these guys have finally got a run going here. I want to remind you guys, go to Drink Victory. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order for some Victory fuel. Got some good stuff there. Throttle Punch, Lucky Lemon, and of course their grape flavor. Their new grape flavor out is Purple Potion. You gotta try all that. Go to drinkvictor.com, get your own. Just a reminder, the winner of tonight's race and every race in the Victory Fuel Cup Series gets a free 4-pack at the end of the season. So I know there's guys out there racing for that for sure. Want to maybe try it for the first time, or even maybe restock their fridge.
I'm still waiting for mine in the mail, but I hear they're coming out with possibly a new flavor. Is that what I heard on the broadcast with you and Richie on Wednesday?
Well, it's not confirmed, but they're always working on something new. So it would not surprise me that there's something in the works.
Well, that would be pretty good. I mean, yeah. I mean, why not? I can see the orange happening, to be honest. I think you guys were talking on that.
Yeah.
I don't mind an orange drink, but yeah, well, we'll see.
Well, again, with citrus, it's just tricky, though, because, I don't know. I mean, you got a citrus flavor, but it's never like orange. What about pineapple? That would be cool.
Pineapple would be pretty cool. I know you guys were even talking like a black cherry or a raspberry or something like that.
Blue raspberry. Blue raspberry would be awesome. A blue color.
Because blue's a fruit, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Blueberry flavored?
Blue flavored.
Going back to the beginning, just looking at the Jamie Knopp having a hell of a race right now on the 2-tire strategy.
Yeah, the 2 tires are working out. Got a teammate behind him, Daniel Simmons, too. But Nick Alford, man, he looks like he's probably the second best car out there right now, or was. He may be the best car now at this point after the damage from Jelinus hitting the wall. So Nick's going to be tough to deal with. Nick's going to he's putting pressure on Daniel as we speak.
Yeah, Nick had a real strong later run car too. He didn't have a great, restart after we had that last caution, but he just kind of holding out there, especially Daniel too. Daniel was able to get by Nick off the restart, but he's just kind of hanging out with his teammate right now. Maybe playing a little bit of blocker, maybe just kind of being that monkey wrench. But Nick is ready to go on attack right now. He is all over Daniel right now.
Yeah, right on board the number 98 machine, Nick Alford, looking for a way around. Oh, he gets loose there, trying to put the power down.
I'm gonna have to go back too and kind of see when actually some of these guys did make laps, or when they did come back in for a pit cycle, just to kind of see where we're at on laps. And I'm looking a little bit further back there too. We got Robert Fitzpatrick. Richie just tapped the wall a little bit, and Robert is right on Richie now. So there's a little battle for fourth right now, and Richie is just showing that loose handling car that we saw a little bit earlier.
All right, Nick Alford does complete the pass on the 06, so he's up to second.
Did he?
And now he's looking under the 48. I mean, he is a rocket ship right now. He's going to look to the end, and the 48 is starting to fall back a little bit. The last couple laps, he looks like he's been a little bit off, but he's looking to the inside. So the 98 to the lead, if he can complete this pass, and I think he does off the corner. Nick Alford out front for the first time tonight.
Yeah, now Daniel's looking to get under his teammate now too. That 2-tire strategy is definitely starting to show its age at this time. But all that's happening, and you got Richie and Robert, or Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. They kind of tighten up to that group now. So we got a 5-car pack right now, all under a blanket. Although Nick, man, he got clear and he is setting sail.
Yeah, the 48 running that higher line on both ends of the track. And now the 06 is going to look to the inside to try to take second. Daniel Simmons to the inside.
And obviously teammates giving each other pretty good room, but they want to get this pass done pretty quick because they got Richie Coy and Robert Fitzpatrick right behind them. And Robert, and those 4 cars, they are side by side.
Here goes Robert on the outside of Coy. He takes that pretty convincingly. Now to the back of the 48. He's going to make it 3 wide. Fitzpatrick through the middle.
He's definitely got some speed now in this later run.
He really does. Here comes the 3 to the inside of the 06. Trying to get second off the corner. Can't quite do that, but he is on the inside of the 48.
And as all this is happening, we got Alexander Hodge, but right behind him is the 24 William Lark. And if you guys know, William Lark has got the freshest tires out of the entire field right now. And he has just creeped his way into 7th place. And he's looking for 6th. He's getting there.
Now the 19 on the inside of the 48 for position. Simmons still holding off the 3 of Fitzpatrick so far.
Ooh, and they are getting a little tight there, yeah. Daniel and Robert almost had a little bit of contact there for second. And William is right on Alexander. Alexander is right on side by side with Jamie Knopp, and they're both on top of Richie Coy right now. We got some great action going on here from
He's starting to tighten up.
7th.
We're getting towards the end of it. Here comes the 24 with those newer tires by the 48. 48's falling like a rock now with those older tires, the older left sides anyway.
I mean, for the fact that he held on as long as he did with them, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, to think that was going to last the rest of the race, I mean, it would have been a little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I don't think that was going to happen. And then Bailey Gelinas just worked his way into the top 10, got by Colton Gum. That's sitting in 11th right now. Jeff Chandler's behind him with Lane Allen and Ben Tracy. Ben Tracy in 14th, so Ben was able to kind of hang on a little bit back there. I'm just kind of going on to the back, just checking out some of the stuff that's happening back there, but we got a lot of action up front here.
We have 24 up another spot now into P5. William Lark working his way towards the front of the pack here with those newer tires. You got Richie Coy right in front of him. Like we said, Fitzpatrick was able to get by the 06 and clear him, kind of put a gap between him and Simmons. But I tell you, Nick Alford is checked out. He's 1.7, 1.8 seconds ahead of second place Fitzpatrick.
Ooh, Daniel looked like it got a little bit of loose or tight or something, and Richie was able to go right by him. But 24 is right on Richie's bumper right now, and 24 is on a mission. Again, he has the best tires of it anybody out there right now. So he's definitely somebody we might see in definitely podium position here.
That was a good call, man. Getting those tires, he timed that just right. Got this long run going, and now he's in P4 looking for P3.
He just does not want to see a yellow because I have a feeling that was his last set. But as these laps are running down, I mean, anything can happen. But I know he's probably praying, just keep it green, keep it green. Working on the outside of Richie Coy right now. He's to his back bumper. He's got maybe another lap or two.
Meanwhile, Hodge tries to get by Simmons. He's going to go to the inside and take that spot. That opens the door for Brandon Fetterplace, the 34, looking on the inside of Simmons.
And Alexander, obviously, we talked about him earlier too. He's got a good long run car, and he doesn't have much for the new tires that William has, but yeah, he's definitely the cream of the crop of that bunch.
Here goes the 24. He finally makes that pass on the 19 of Coy. So move Lark up into P3 with those newer tires.
He's definitely got his work cut out. He's got a 3.5 second gap. I mean, he's definitely got enough time to get there, though, too. Just hit them marks, be clean, pray that the rest of the field's staying clean, and you might see him up there. We're going to be watching his time, though. He's, like I say, he's 3.5 out right now. So he's got about 1.6 to second place. So let's see how much he starts making up.
Again, the laps running down. Lap 130 of 156. 25 laps to go.
And I'm just watching lap times. He's running about a tenth and a half quicker than our leaders right now. So Williams doing good. He needs to go a little bit quicker if he's going to try and make that up. He is gaining on him slightly, though.
Hodge starting to try to make a move on the 19 of Coy here. We're on board with Alexander Hodge, the 53. Coy's starting to struggle like we saw in the long run last run, or at least the end of the stage. Looks like he's starting to back everybody up a little bit.
Yeah, he's been kind of loose. He's been a little bit better on this run, but he's starting to show the wear on the tires right now. And you look at Fetter Place. Fetter Place is in a good points night. Richie's in a good points night. TJ obviously had some issues. So both of them are going to do pretty well tonight as far as points go, if they can just kind of maintain and kind of hang on to where they're at.
Yeah, especially with our points leader, TJ Bartel. You see the 53 just grabbed the wall a little bit there. The 34 of Brandon Better Place takes advantage, though, and gets by the Hodge machine. And now he's on the back bumper of the 19 of Coy. But I was talking about TJ Bartel, our points leader, not having the night he wanted. He's in the garage in 24th, so that's going to be a tough points night for him.
Yeah, and we know from the beginning of the broadcast, too, these top fives, they only had about 10 points between them. So it's going to be kind of bad for TJ tonight, but still a few races to go. TJ's a good guy, good driver. He might be able to make that up.
Let's see if William Lark's made any gains. Now 1.3 seconds behind Bob Fitzpatrick. What did you say it was? 1.6?
It was 1.6. Yeah, he's slowly making it up. Not probably as much as he wants to, but I know no matter what he's doing, he's probably just like, just keep it green.
Fitzpatrick there in second, and your leader, Nick Alford, out here by himself. You got a 2-second lead over the 3 of Fitzpatrick. We're going to keep a watch on that as well.
Yeah, and watching, just went back, check out lap times too, and William and our leader right now, Nick Alford, they're running almost identical lap times. So Nick's still got a lot of gas in the tank, so to say, and William may have burned up a little bit too much trying to get through the field, but still really good strategy.
Better Place looking to the inside of the 19 of Coy, trying to take that 4th spot. Better Place rolling pretty good on the long run too.
Oh yeah, he's got a good car, and yeah, we'll see how much of a fight Richie puts up for him there. Richie's not.
These guys like racing each other anyway, so they kind of pick at each other all the time as far as being rivals. So I'm sure, although Better Place made that look pretty easy.
Yeah, he made short work of that, and now Richie's got to worry about Cavan. And, even a little bit further behind Cavan, we got Alexander Hodge. Unfortunately, that little tap he had on the wall kind of hurt him, because he's looking like he's having a little bit of a ill-handling car right now.
We got a caution.
We do.
And it's Bailey.
Uh-oh.
Bailey had another issue, it looks like.
It's like he just got loose.
Let's go back and look at the replay
Getting
here.
into the dog leg. Yep.
Jelinas
loose.
Comes into the dog leg. Same thing as before, just a little bit later. Just gets loose and can't hang on to it. locks it down. Caution out.
Yeah, nobody, he hurt his tires, but nobody hit him. He didn't hit anybody. No wall taps. Everybody got by clean. I'll
Well,
tell you,
this is going to be interesting.
the 24 probably did not want to see that. I'm going to be, again, I'm not 100% if he even has another set of tires in the pits, but we're going to find out.
Well, he's in the pit, so
He is going in, so maybe they did actually have an extra set. Well, if he didn't have only one set to go, he's definitely out now. But still, that's a good strat. I mean, you know, just to work your way up into that podium spot with that tire call, because he was kind of middle field towards the back early on. So, good strategy.
ooh, we got some different. Oh, never mind. No, now Alfred did come out. Okay, I was on the wrong driver. Nick Alfred, William Lark picks up a position now. He's going to start P2. Bob Fitzpatrick P3 and Fetter Place P4. Everybody just kind of comes out like they were running, except for Lark, who picks up a position. Well, I think Cavan, no, he's where he was at too.
I got a few guys up front of him too, getting their lap back. J.C. Evans and who else is up there? 21, Joshua.
I tell you, one guy who was happy to see that was the 48, Jamie Knopf. He was falling back, and this is going to reset the tires for him.
Well, and it's a short run race now too, because we only have 16 laps, maybe 15 when we actually get the green flag. So this is going to be. I don't think we're going to finish this under green, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, we get 3 attempts at the green white checker. So.
Well, I'm just saying, with 15 laps to go, we're gonna. I think we're gonna have maybe 1, maybe 2 more yellows. Because
I hope you're wrong.
I kind of hope I'm wrong too, but tempers are going to flare. You know, not a lot of time to go. Things are just going to get extra spicy.
Well, we're going to get up on the edge of our seat for sure, because you got 15 laps remaining. It's going to get hot and heavy here at the end. Phoenix Raceway, the Victory Fuel Cup Series, presented by Full Throttle Television tonight. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast. We're going to see who can win this one. The Phoenix 250 here at Phoenix Raceway as they come through 3 and 4 into the restart zone. 15 laps to go. Green flag is out. Nick Alfred gets a great jump. 24 getting a push.
Almost an ill push.
Oh.
He kind of got up into the wall a little bit. Brandon
He did. Fetter Place moved him up. Oh, and we got the 33 around. I just saw Dunkin' Donuts go flying.
And a yellow. Well,
So
they
Brian
get to
Dixon.
re-rack them and stack them.
Brian Dixon involved. I guess TJ's back out there. He got involved in that one too.
Ouch.
Let's go back and see what happened. Our best one tire and auto care instant replay, the 33, trying to stay out of the way. Oh, he just gets loose into the corner. And I think TJ wrecked trying to avoid him. Gets into the wall once again. So kind of a single car accidents, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I went back and looked at Ben there. Yeah, he was kind of just getting out of the way, but I almost wonder if he got too close to the wall and maybe a little side suck on the wall and got the car out of shape. And the way he spun was, I mean, he was going left and then it spun right and went right into the wall. Unfortunately, TJ was on that outside too, and just trying to avoid spins himself on top of it. It just it kind of shows you how tough these cars are to save, and how ill handling they can be too. Especially a lot of these guys have cold tires.
I think Ben tried to. He got loose and tried to lock it down, and it just shot back right into the wall. So
yeah,
well, it looks like you were right, Tony.
Yep. Ben had a couple too many sprinkles on that donut.
Yeah. Turn his donut into donut holes.
All right. Well, yeah. The laps keep counting, but that just means it's going to get even more spicy. Pepto Joe's calling me Tony Nostradamus.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. You don't have to be a Mr. Wizard the Lizard to figure this one out, that there's going to be another yellow.
Well, if you're enjoying this, remember to check us out on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. The Sim Racing Points Truck Series live here on Full Throttle Television. They're at Vegas this week. Las Vegas 200 on tap. It should be a fun one for sure. Trucks are pretty flat out around there, at least to the start. So a little super speedway talk racing that kind of spreads out towards the end. Should be a lot of fun. And, of course, every Monday night you can catch us here on Full Throttle TV for the Victory Fuel Cup Series, bringing you the action tonight from Phoenix. And next week they'll be at Vegas as well. Looking forward to that. And, Tony, yeah, you'll be in the truck Wednesday.
I'm going to blow on the dice, roll them dice, and, we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to go as good as Coda, but we'll see.
I guess the broadcaster competition is on again at Vegas, so we'll see who does better, you or Richie.
Richie's doing pretty well tonight, so I'm going to probably give it to Richie this week. Richie had a bad week anyway last week, so it's all right.
All right, we're coming to the green here. Restart zone once again, waiting for Nick Alford to fire off. There he is, goes green. He gets a good jump, but he's followed closely by Brandon Fetterplace, who's now going to look to the outside. Nothing doing there. Fetterplace up to P2 now all of a sudden showed up.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I know where the long pedal is, and I'm just going to push it down to the floor. And, it kind of came out of nowhere. And, he's giving Nick a little run here.
Here comes Coy to the inside of the 3 of Fitzpatrick. Oh, contact behind him. The 24 and 99 get into it. They hold on to it, but the 99 gets pushed way up out of the groove.
Yeah, there was a little contact there, a little chatter on the chat there between the drivers, but it's all right. No harm, no foul.
Everybody racing hard here for the finish, trying to get everything they can.
I don't know if Brandon's got anything for Nick there. Nick's got a really good car. Brandon's just going to have to really just dive it in there and try to pitch it in and make it. Hopefully the thing sticks, because Nick's got a pretty solid looking car right now.
And they are teammates. So, and we got a caution. Bailey involved. A couple of cars wrecked off turn 2.
Dang. Man, it looks like
The
there's
28,
a bit of carnage.
TJ Bartel involved yet again. Alan Duranco wadded up.
Yeah, we had some 3 wide action going on there. Actually, it looked like Alan Duranco and Lane Allen had a little bit of contact, and then I think there was a bit of a shake-up behind them, and that's kind of they were already 3 wide, and then just a little bit of shake-up, and they had nowhere to go. Bailey, unfortunately, did.
Yeah, that happens actually in front of him. Let's see if we can see what Alan Duranco. Oh, yeah, who was at the 10 sideways in front of everybody, and then Duranco gets turned off of the front of somebody, and then, just everybody piles in.
Yeah, Bailey was, he was 3 wide with the 03 and James Torrey in the 6 car, and unfortunately Duranco kind of came back up on the track, and Bailey really had nowhere to go.
Gum looks like Gum got into the corner a little hard, got up into the 99 of Ruff, saves it, but it checks everybody up. The 31 checks up, and then the 2 gets into the side of the 31, and then it's just a parking lot.
Well, this is what happens when you got less than 10 to go. Pressure's on for some of these guys, and a lot of these guys got some new tire muscle as well. Although I don't think anybody's got any tire left in the pit either, so everybody's pretty much staying out. And we're gonna have another good, fun green flag start here.
Man. Yeah, we're getting down to it. 7 laps to go. This will be 6 to go. So 5-lap shootout when we get to green here once again.
I can tell you there's a little bit of chatter going on in the iRacing Discord. It seems to be okay. I'm not really paying too much attention, but there's a lot of chatter on that box right now.
The concertina effect, Pepto Joe says.
Not exactly sure what that is, Joe, but I'll agree.
Nick Alford says, let's go 98. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Is there two Nick Alfords?
I don't know. We'll see if he can hang on here, though. We're going to have a restart here. 5 laps to go. Brandon Fetter placed to his outside teammates on the front row. Fitzpatrick and Corey, row 2. Lark and Alexander Hodge, row 3. In the restart zone, we are green once again. And has a great jump by Nick Alford that time.
Yeah, he's been able to get a good launch every time he's been out front. So I didn't think this one was going to be any different. Ooh, Alexander Hodge almost drove it a little bit into Richie Coy there. He did have to check up, but it kind of checked up the 24 behind him. 24 is getting on his inside now.
They all kind of checked it back here. That's what I was looking at. Everybody hangs on to it, though.
Let's see, we got 3 laps to go.
Everybody racing hard now. It's on.
Brandon Featherplace, I believe, yeah, he lost a spot since that last kind of turnover, but he does not have the fire.
Yeah, Bob Fitzpatrick got by him. And now Featherplace back in the clutches of the 19 of Coy, who gets a little tight off the corner. We'll see if Fitzpatrick can do anything with Nick Alford. Coming to 3 laps to go.
I don't know. Nick looks pretty strong out there tonight, and I'm gonna kind of give Richie some credit tonight too, because he a lot of these cautions I think helped him out because he was having a pretty ill handling car earlier on, and still hanging out there at 4th, really good right now. So.
Everybody getting everything they can here at the end. 2 to go. 2 laps to go at the line. And that leader's just wanting to see that white flag.
Yeah, and then just looking at Robert. Robert tried to dive in a little bit deeper there. He was able to kind of close that gap a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. Nick's got a great, drive off, and he was able to, put that gap right back.
1 lap to go here at the line. You're going to see the white flag here. Can Bob do anything on this last lap to make up that gap? You're right. It's kind of extended now. Nick Alford's starting to stretch it out. Fitzpatrick drives in hard. Cannot get it to stick, though.
I'm looking at the points race, too. Like I say, we just talking about Richie. We got Brandon and Richie both going for third spot right now.
Through 3 and 4. Here comes Nick Alford. He is going to win the Phoenix 250 here. Phoenix Raceway. He gets the checkered flag done. What a run by Alf.
Yeah, great run tonight. Great run by all the top 5 tonight too. Brandon and Richie both did what they had to do to get their points in as well, and Brandon gives his teammate a nice little victory tap there.
So Alfred's going to come around and score his first victory of the season.
William in top 5 too. I mean, great strategy early on by him too. Got him a top 5 out of that. And Gavin Ruff, man, finished in 6th. I didn't think. I thought he was all up and down this field as well too. So good job on him.
Nick Alford's gonna burn him down for the crowd. Tonight's winner of the Phoenix 250, Nick Alford, is the number 98. Toyota taking home the victory here at Phoenix Raceway.
He's got a frontline optics on his, he definitely had the vision tonight to win. I had to do it, sorry.
Absolutely. Let's look at the results here, why he celebrates. Nick Alford takes the victory here at the Phoenix 250. Bob Fitzpatrick's going to finish 2nd in the number 3 car. Good solid points night for him. Brandon Fetter placed in 3rd. Richie Coy in 4th. Again, solid runs for those guys. William Lark, like you talked about, in 5th. Played that pit strategy just right for the tires. Got a track position and held on towards the end. Kevin Ruff in 6th. Alexander Hodge in 7th. Colton Gum comes home with a P8. 9th spot for Jamie Knopf after that two-tire run. 10th place for Jeff Chandler. 11th is going to be Daniel Simmons. 12th is Brian Messer. 13th, Lane Allen. Robert Malikian, Chris Gore, Ryan Sharp, Brian Dixon, James Torrey in 18th. 19th, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. And 20th, Calvin King.
Yeah, then we Alan Duraco in 21st, Bailey, our opening race winner. Unfortunately, 9 laps down, 22nd. Ben Tracy 23rd, J.C. Evan 24th, T.J. Bartell 25th, Joshua Thornton 26th, Sherwood 27th, Kyle Milliken 28th, Wayne Grassi 29th, Michael Blackner 30th, Zach Young 31st, Mike Redmond 32nd, Colby Mice 33, and Keith Hume, who I parked.
I don't think he
started and parked.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah. He rounded up. Watching his guys playing a pit box guy tonight.
Well, while these guys get situated, we get ready to interview our top 3. We'll do a recap as well. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to our winner and do a breakdown of the race. And we'll see you right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Phoenix Raceway. We just finished the Phoenix 250 here for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. We're going to step over into our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel and talk to our top 3 finishers. We'll start with third place and see if we can grab them. And I'm standing by with third place, Brandon Fetterplace. Brandon, congratulations tonight, third place finish. Teammate took home the win. You were up there all night racing with Richie and Bob and some of these other guys. Talk about your race tonight, man. It was a good one.
Wow, what that was something. All right. I mean, I feel like we were beating and banging for that entire 156 laps. I mean, it got pretty rough up there up front, but no, I mean, the car, I was kind of wishy-washy with the car. I had pace, but, I was too busy trying to save a little bit of tire, but not lose a ton of positions because dirty air here is really bad. So, it was kind of a constant teeter-totter, and, between burning off the right front and burning off the right rear, you just didn't know which one was going to happen until later on in the run.
Yeah, we saw a lot of guys getting loose. At least in the first run, it seemed like some of the guys had that fixed afterwards. But you're right. I mean, the car is just so, it seems so sensitive, I guess, to any changes, because it does seem like you're either loose or tight, and you can't really find that balance. But it seems like you guys had it kind of figured out, though, because you were hauling on the long run. That's one thing I saw you guys kind of cutting through the field in the long run. It seems like you had the long run kind of figured out.
Yeah, that was my whole mindset tonight. I knew from practice and from officials earlier on in the week that it just, the short pace I just didn't have. The setup that I had just did not like a short run. But if I can get into a decent rhythm and we got a decent green flag, I knew I was going to have something for everybody on a long run. And it worked out. I mean, a lot of these guys, we were kind of jockeying for a position there, and you get to racing another guy because you don't want to lose a position, and before you know it, your tires are hot and you start losing. So, it's just being disciplined and trying to, not cause an accident and not burn off your tires.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I was kind of chuckling, and I even said on the broadcast, I saw you up there racing with the 19 of Coy, and I know you guys kind of have the out and back going, kind of a reputation, I guess, rivals at this point.
Right.
I looked like it was a lot of fun out there. It seems like the racing out there is a lot of fun. You do kind of get caught side by side, and if you're focused on just trying to pass a guy, it can be very frustrating, but it can be a lot of fun too, kind of racing each other side by side and seeing who can kind of pull. Does the inside work? Does the outside work? I don't know. You can kind of expand on that.
Yeah, it was, I mean, all in all, tonight was really fun. I mean, the cautions weren't as fun, obviously, but the racing was great. I mean, we had some people who really wanted to race aggressively for further on and back in the pack. But all in all, I mean, I felt like we were all pretty clean. It wasn't dirty at all. It wasn't malicious. It was just good, hard racing. And like I said, no one really wanted to get it back there in that dirty air, because once you got back in the dirty air, the leaders just took off. So that was on everybody's mind, I'm sure, tonight.
Yeah, we saw that too with the 48. He took 2 tires, got out front, was able to hang there for a long time, and you saw some of the guys out front get mired in the back and couldn't do anything. So absolutely, you were spot on about that. Well, man, a good points night tonight. Good finish, a top 3 on the podium. I'm going to give you the mic there and let you do your shout-outs and sponsor plugs. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Obviously, first and foremost, thanks to Hot Lap Heroes and Nick Alford for the win tonight. That's great for team points. Great for him to get to win. Thanks to Premier Setups for giving me this fast Toyota Camry, and thanks to y'all for the broadcast. I can't wait to go back and watch it. Obviously, thanks to Victory Fuel and everyone else who sponsors. And I guess I'll see y'all next week.
All right. Well, there you go. Brandon Fetter placed our 3rd place finisher tonight, coming home with a solid points night. Tony, I believe you're standing by with 2nd place, Bob Fitzpatrick.
Yes, I am. Bob, you had a pretty good race today. Pretty much, you were kind of not necessarily in the mix of a lot of things, but you kind of had a nice clean car all night and fighting for that top 5 position pretty much all night. So how'd your race go?
Yeah. I pretty much, I stayed in the front, top 5 probably the whole race. But I just didn't have that that extra bit, to get to the lead. Just sat 2nd to 4th pretty much the whole race. I fell back a little bit trying to save some tires there on that long run we had. It turned out, it's probably not the best idea, because you need that air. You need, getting around cars is just a waste of time, Then Nick was just a rocket ship out there, so there was no shot there at the end.
Yeah, we heard.
But yeah,
the clean air was a big improvement tonight too. And you were trying something at the last end there to try to get Nick, but again, you just had a nice clean run. And I mean, what was your thoughts those last few laps? I mean, I know you're trying to. It looked like you're trying to dive it in, but he had such a great runoff.
Yeah, I'm searching, searching for anything. Maybe even get to the bumper just to get, maybe a little loose, not like, tournament or
Yeah,
anything, but yeah, I mean, that would have been my only chance. I didn't have anything. I was just searching all over the place, trying to send it in there, made a few adjustments on that pit stop, but yeah, it was just, and you don't want to like overdrive it either because a lot of people were getting loose here and there, and second place is good, so trying to be safe and send it at the
Well,
same time.
you definitely were safe. Like I say, you had a really clean. Your car looked great all night. It didn't look like you were getting out of shape. Obviously, you didn't really have too much incidents with anybody else, and a kind of a chaotic night. So, the floor is yours, and yeah, thank whoever you need to thank, and good job on second.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a good race. Everybody up front, solid. It was a lot of like respectful racing up there in the top the whole time. I don't think anybody ever even had contact, but yeah, just good run for our whole team here, and just thanks to Conti for the setup. You guys do a good job here. I'm having fun in the beginning of this league here. Yeah, other than that, just looking forward next week.
Well, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we got Vegas coming up next week, so I'm sure we'll see you out in front. But yeah, we're getting ready to. I think Brody is with our victor right now, Nick Elford.
Yeah, I'm standing down here in Victory Lane with Nick Alford. Nick, congratulations, man. The P2 last week at Circuit of the Americas. You finally got that win. You got that monkey off your back here tonight at Phoenix. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. It feels good to get one here.
Listen, that race was very interesting. It looks like Bailey was pretty quick out there. Then he made that one mistake trying to chase down the leader. Fell back in the pack, and we never really seen him again. I know Arrow seemed to be kind of a concern out there. Everybody we've talked to so far has talked about how much it was, how important it was to get out front and get clean air.
Yeah, so clean air here, I hate it so much because it makes it to where it's not really fun to watch. Once one car gets out in front, like they can kind of just drive off. Like I wasn't driving hard at all. I was kind of conserving and I was still pulling up to a 2 second, gap over Junior. So clean air here is just so important. I think Bailey, once he got back into dirty air, his car wasn't handling as he thought it was or thought it would.
Yeah. Clean air is one thing, but clean racing is another. You had all those cautions, a rash of cautions there at the end of the race. That had to be a little nerve wracking. Were you a little worried about all those restarts?
At first I was, and then I realized I had old Brandon behind me, around me, so me and him could kind of work together with the restarts. I was kind of counting them down, so we could both kind of get out there in front of Fitzpatrick Jr.
Yeah, you guys were doing some great racing out there. Everybody up there, everybody we've talked to has talked about how great the racing was up front, how respectful and everything it was. So it was definitely good, fun to watch as well from our standpoint. But I'm going to pass it to Tony. I think Tony's got something for you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the win. First win here at FTSR. So, yeah, good job on that. Another clean race, too. Good restarts. I know, yeah, you had Brandon behind you. But, I mean, here's the question. You can't, you're in there text chatting when you're winning the race.
Yeah.
And you're rooting for yourself. Hey,
man,
what's up with that?
Hey, somebody's got to root for me, man. Like this. I saw BP in the chat rooting himself on. I was like, you know what? Let me get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. I can't believe you guys could do that in a race. I have a hard enough time trying to stay on track as it is.
Yeah. Me with VR, yeah, there'd be no way possible. Not that I'd be leading the race anyway, but yeah, I just, that takes a little extra skill, and kudos to you and kudos to the win as well.
Yeah, I did it under caution. I just looked up at my fourth monitor and clicked in the chat box real quick.
Well, that's something. Call you shot. That's one thing, but calling you shot during the race, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother level for sure. So,
he's one of those quote unquote fourth monitor guys. I got
Yeah.
Well, Nick, hey, congratulations, man. You got, like I said, you went from P2 last week and a win tonight. It's going to be great for points, I'm sure. But yeah, you got that win. You can say there, Brandon Fetter place. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, man, hey, congratulations. Good win tonight. I'm going to let you do your sponsor shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Awesome. Thank you to Hot Life Heroes, Cameron, Brian, Brandon, all those guys. We worked together as a team really well. And no doubt that, Brandon helped me out tonight. Team Conti, some performance for the bad, fast setup here tonight. Frontline Optics and Martin PC.
All right, there's your winner tonight. Nick Alford gets win number 1 of the season, first win of the league, I believe, actually. So knocks that off, finally gets the monkey off his back and gets that win here at Phoenix Raceway. What a place to do it, too.
Yeah, with the uniqueness of the track, I mean, we gotta say too. I mean, he's calling his shots too towards the end, and he's got his teammates around him. But honestly, the top 5 ran a hella clean race. All of them did. And a special shout out too to William Lark too, kind of with that great tire strategy to work his way into the top 5. We saw some great racing. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit too many cautions. Probably some guys didn't want, and some guys probably did want, and. I don't know, man. It was pretty good. I mean, pretty good show for these guys, especially for what they had and what they had to do.
Yeah, you had Bailey out front, man. He looked like he was going to dominate the race and made those mistakes, though, and ended up back in the pack. It opened the floodgates. Everybody saw, I think, then that a win was in the cards for anybody that got out front. You saw 2-tire strategy calls. You saw a lot of side-by-side racing. You saw a rash of cautions. You saw a late race restart. This race had a little bit of everything. It was some good racing out there for sure. We saw a lot of side-by-side racing out there too.
Yeah, we actually had a pretty decent long run too as well. It kind of showed some of the hands of some of these guys as well. I mean, granted, it wasn't as long as some of the guys wanted, but still, this race had a little bit of everything. And I'm as always, I'm happy to be here on Monday nights calling this, and hopefully everybody watching had a good time watching as well.
Yep, definitely had a lot of fun. Phoenix 250 is in the books for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. You can catch us Wednesday night for the Truck Series. Again, the Sim Racing Points Truck Series will be at Vegas on Wednesday at 9 p.m. And we'll be back here Monday at Vegas for the Cup Series as well. So for Tony Solari, everybody at Full Throttle TV, everybody at FTSR, all the drivers out there tonight did a great job. My name is Freddie Hanna. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on Wednesday for the Truck Series.